Welcome to episode 2 of my journey of going from being a 40-year beginner to intermediate and maybe even advanced guitarist. Funny thing about today's episode, you may be expecting me to grab one of these guitars at any moment and start working on something or showing you what we're going to do this week. However, this week, we're not even going to touch these babies. Well, I might touch them, but we're not going to have to play them. At least you'll still do your normal practice, or I will. That's right, this is my journey, but hopefully you guys are following along and doing this with me. But this week's not going to be spending a lot of time with that. Instead, what we're going to do, instead of the physical, the fingers on the strings and learning the positions, what we're going to focus on is our visual and also aural, not oral, aural. So we're going to focus on seeing the shapes, right? We all know we've studied these charts and we look at the shapes and stuff, but have we really memorized them visually? Because the truth of the matter is, when we truly know and understand the fretboard, we can just sort of visualize it in our mind, either looking at the fretboard or even when we're away from our guitar, just knowing what it looks like. And so I believe that one of the keys to really mastering minor pentatonic in any other scale or mode is having a complete memory of what each of the shapes looks like. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up each of the shapes individually, and I'm going to play the notes of the scale for you, up and down, or down and up, depending on if you're looking at the neck or if you're talking about pitch. I don't know. I get confused with all that stuff, but I'm going to play them each way, and I'm going to play them slowly at 60 beats per minute so that we can take the time to just listen and hear those tones as I'm playing them. So we're going to memorize them with our hearing, and then we're also going to memorize the patterns with our vision. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to still practice this week, or I'm not going to still practice this week, because I am. I'm going to definitely practice, all the different shapes that we've been learning and everything. But every day this week, as part of my practice, I'm going to rewatch this video and just focus on ingraining those patterns into my mind, and also ingraining the sound of the patterns into my mind, because I really want to have a full understanding of that. And by the way, one of the things that hearing the scales really helps with is when you're practicing them, if you accidentally hit a wrong note, you instantly know. And so that's another thing that's pretty handy about knowing it by sound, but it's also going to come in handy later on when we're doing additional interval work and also for transcribing songs and things like that, because the more that you focus on hearing these things, the more I believe it'll help us to really improve. So without further ado, we're going to move right into the visual aural part of this episode 2, and I'm going to show you, like I said, those 5 shapes, and I'm going to show you the notes that we're playing along the way. And I hope this is helpful for you. Let's get to it. Now remember, we want to practice that every day this week. We want to look, 10 minutes? We just want to get that visual memorization down, also hearing it. We want to work on that over and over again. And there's no reason not to go back to this in weeks in the future too, if you're struggling with that part. Now, before I leave you, I wanted to give you a challenge for the week, give myself a challenge for the week, give us a challenge for the week. Basically, always when I'm doing my noodling of minor pentatonic, I always stay in shape 1. So I'll do a backing track and I'll play shape 1 and I'll move with the progressions, but I'll stay in shape 1 everywhere that I go. My challenge for this week to myself and to you, if you're hanging out for this, is to shift that shape. For this week, let's focus on shape 2. Know where the root note is in there, because remember, you always kind of want to focus around that root note and you want to land on it at several key points during your noodling. But instead of shape 1, don't do shape 1 at all. Spend this whole week doing shape 2. And then next week we'll do shape 3, the week after that we'll do shape 4, because we're still kind of trying to work on memorizing these shapes, right? Well, we might as well start digging in with them. Let's take shape 2 this week. Let's practice that one throughout the week as our noodling shape. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please give me feedback in the comments. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Also, let me know how you're doing and what kinds of things you're running into on your journey. And like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this with people that you know that play guitar that would be interested in improving theirs just like us. See you next time.